They say music is a universal language, and in the United States, we have a wide array of songs and sounds that make up our soundtrack. As part of KELOLAND Celebrates America 250, Lauren Solich takes us to a new exhibit at the National Music Museum that's celebrating our country's musical history. It's tonight's Eye on KELOLAND.
From the beating of indigenous drums and the sounds of immigrant travels to the melodies that guided slaves through the Underground Railroad. And the patriotic marches that have echoed from sea to shining sea. The story of the United States has a soundtrack that's made up of diverse people and instruments.
No matter where somebody came from, whether they have thousands of years of history in the United States or whether they have 200 years of history in the United States, they're making music. So music kind of highlights the fact that we all come together and we all create this sound and we all work together to create something really beautiful.
You can now take a tour of that musical history at the National Music Museum in Vermillion. Of Thee I Sing is a special exhibit curated for America's 250th anniversary. It showcases the instruments that helped play our country's songs, like this one that is one of the oldest surviving American-made violins.
So that's really special to see the beginning of our own musical instrument industry.
An industry that eventually led to the design of instruments like the acoustic flat-top guitar.
In the early years of American history, Europe really looked down on us as a nation. They thought we were kind of second rate and we were only good when we copied what they did. But we pretty quickly showed that actually we can create our own instruments, we can create our own music. And then we became one of the biggest cultural exporters in history, right? American music is everywhere.
And then, of course, the American band instrument trade was one of the things that put American music on the map, really. That's sort of uniquely American. And so they went through various stages of trying to figure out, well, what instruments do people want to play? What can we mass produce? And what will be good? So we've got some very unique instruments, like an echo cornet, like a helicon.
Unique instruments that tell the story of the United States and its people.
We have a multimedia app that they can use their device so they can hear sound samples of some of these instruments, either as solo instruments or if they're being played within a group. And so when they come in, it's not just looking at the instruments, they can also hear them.
I hope that people will remember just the hundreds and hundreds of years that we have that has contributed to where we are today, and that music is one way that we have always really celebrated our history. And so I hope that people will feel connected to those years of celebration, but also have the opportunity to think about, the more complicated sides of our history. So I think just an appreciation of the complexity of what it is to be American.
With Eye on KELOLAND, I'm Lauren Solich.
Of Thee I Sing will be open through the rest of the year. The museum will also be hosting Discovery Saturday events with themes and hands-on experiences related to the exhibit.